The year is 2150. Earth is no longer the thriving planet it once was. The sky is dark with the smoke of war, and the ground shakes with the sound of explosions. The planet is under siege by the Zorath Empire, a terrifying alien species with technology far beyond anything humans have ever seen. Their ships are sleek, cloaked in invisibility, and their weaponry is devastating. But their most dangerous weapon of all, the Zorath Empire's AI military. Their artificial intelligence doesn't just control their fleet. It can predict every move the human fleet makes, reading human tactics like an open book. Suspense. The camera over the wreckage. The scene begins with the camera zooming over the wreckage of a recent battle. Thousands of human warships are burning in the atmosphere, their hulls torn apart by powerful alien lasers. The survivors of humanity's once mighty fleet are gathered in Earth's last remaining base, a small but sturdy shipyard hidden beneath the surface of the moon. Soldiers in worn-out uniforms stand in silence, staring at the view screen as the Zorath warships, larger and more advanced than any human ship, loom in space above them. The mood is heavy. Desperation hangs in the air, but there's a flicker of hope in their eyes. Captain Ryan Cole, Earth's best pilot, stands alone in the command center. His face is tense, his eyes heavy with the weight of leadership. He's not just a soldier, he's the last hope of humanity. His squadron is all that remains of Earth's aerial defense, but it's clear they're outmatched. The Zorath's AI-controlled fleet is unmatched, and Cole knows it. The odds are impossible. But he also knows that Earth's fighters have something that the Zorath can't predict. Their heart. Twist. The AI's unbeatable advantage. The camera focuses on Cole as he receives a dire update from his intelligence officer. The Zorath warships, once unpredictable in their attacks, have now gained an ability no one could have foreseen. Their AI has evolved. It doesn't just fight against human ships. It learns and adapts, calculating human tactics with perfect accuracy. The Zorath fleet has become nearly unbeatable. For the first time in his life, Cole is unsure. As he prepares for the final engagement, a countdown begins on the screen in front of him. 10 minutes until the end. Earth's last fleet, with all its strength, is about to make a final stand. The tension is unbearable. The survival of humanity rests on this battle. Just as Cole is about to give the order for his fighters to launch, the ship's comms buzz. A voice he hasn't heard in years crackles through, breaking the silence. It's a familiar voice, a voice from his past, from the friend he lost in a brutal skirmish months ago. Ryan, it's not over yet. Trust the humans. The message is short, but it hits Cole hard. It's from Lieutenant Bonner, his old squad mate and close friend. Bonner died during an earlier battle, sacrificing himself to protect Cole and the fleet. Bonner's words shouldn't be possible. How could he have sent a message from beyond the grave? It doesn't make sense, but something about it stirs something deep within Cole. His hands tremble as he reaches out to the comms console, trying to find a clue, anything, that would explain the impossible message. The stakes rise. Human hope versus AI control. The seconds tick down. The humans are still reeling from the revelation that the Zorath AI can anticipate their every move. The fleet is weaker than ever, their technology outdated. They have no cloaking devices, no advanced weapons, and the soldiers who remain are tired, defeated. But Captain Cole knows one thing. Humanity might be outgunned and outclassed, but they have something the Zorath can never predict: human ingenuity. He thinks back to Bonner's words. Trust the humans. A shiver runs down his spine as a new understanding begins to form. The Zorath's AI can predict tactics, but it can never predict human will. Humans don't think like machines. They don't follow logic perfectly. They think outside the box. They break the rules, and they fight with everything they have. That's why they've survived for so long. And if Cole can somehow tap into that, into the raw unpredictability of human nature, maybe, just maybe, Earth has a chance. With his heart pounding, Cole turns to the crew and gives the order to launch the fleet. It's a risky plan, but it's their only shot. The final battle is about to begin. And with Bonner's cryptic message echoing in his mind, Cole prepares to fight against an enemy that's already 5 steps ahead. The camera zooms out from the human fleet as it moves into position, the distant glow of the Zorath warships shining like a menacing storm. The countdown reaches its final seconds. The battle for Earth's survival is about to begin, and the fate of humanity lies in the hands of one pilot, the human fleet, preparing for the impossible. The human fleet is a sight of desperation. The once proud ships, now battered and scarred, are lined up in the darkness of space, preparing for their final battle. The camera sweeps over them, showing their weathered exteriors, patched-up hulls, and broken systems that have been patched with makeshift repairs. These ships have seen countless battles, and many of them won't make it through another. They are Earth's last line of defense against the unstoppable force of the Zorath Empire. In contrast, the Zorath ships appear sleek and powerful, their smooth metallic surfaces glinting under the distant light of stars. Their ships are far more advanced, larger, faster, and armed with weapons that can tear through human ships in seconds. What's worse, they can cloak their ships, making it nearly impossible for human radar to track them. The humans are outmatched in every way, and they know it, yet there's no choice but to fight. Emotional core, the ghosts of the past. As Captain Ryan Cole stares out the viewing window, his thoughts are elsewhere. His mind flashes back to the battle that cost him his closest friend, Lieutenant Bonner. The image of Bonner's last moments, the way he threw himself in front of Ryan to save him, haunts him. Bonner didn't just die as a comrade. He was like a brother. The pain of losing him is still fresh, and it drives Ryan's every move. The camera lingers on Ryan's hand as he clutches a small photo in his palm. It's a picture of Bonner and his family, smiling together in happier times. Ryan's fingers tremble as he holds it tight, his face hardening with determination. This is more than just a fight for survival. This is personal. Ryan knows that if they fail today, more friends, more families will be lost. The memory of Bonner's sacrifice fuels his anger, but also his will to see this war through to the end. He won't let his friend's death be in vain. Futuristic tech, humanity's last hope. The fleet's technology is a mix of old and new, cobbled together from years of desperate survival. Some ships are equipped with cloaking devices, which allow them to hide from the Zorath's AI for a short time. But Ryan knows that these devices will only delay the inevitable. The Zorath's AI is too powerful, too precise. The humans are running out of time, and they're running out of options. Ryan's eyes narrow as he looks over the battle plans. The AI has already shown it can predict human movements, outsmarting their best strategies. But Ryan isn't like the other commanders. He doesn't think in patterns or perfect calculations. He knows that humanity's greatest strength isn't in their tech, it's in their unpredictability. And that's what he's betting everything on. As the fleet prepares for the battle that will decide Earth's future, Ryan glances at the faces of the soldiers around him. Young, scared, but ready. They know they're outmatched, but they will fight with everything they have. They are the last hope, and they won't give up without a fight. The silence of space is suddenly shattered as the battle begins. Explosions rip through the blackness, sending shockwaves through the human fleet. Ryan Cole's hands grip the controls of his ship, the Black Hawk, his heart pounding. The Zorath fleet is upon them, and the battle starts with a deafening roar of energy blasts flying across space, lighting up the darkness. The Zorath ships, still invisible thanks to their cloaking technology, are everywhere. One moment, the humans are surrounded by empty space. The next, boom! A Zorath warship materializes out of thin air, firing at full force. The Black Hawk swerves, dodging an incoming laser just inches from its hull. Ryan's pulse races as he activates the ship's shields, knowing it's only a matter of time before the Zorath's AI figures out their position. Ryan knows that they can't win through force alone. Their ships are too old, their weapons too weak. But the Black Hawk is different. Equipped with experimental EMP cannons, it has one chance to turn the tide. The EMP weapon is a last-ditch effort, something humanity's engineers created in secret, hoping it might be their secret weapon against the Zoreth's advanced tech. Underdog advantage, using quick thinking. Ryan's mind works at lightning speed, thinking through his options. His ship is faster than most, and his experience as a pilot is unmatched. He sees an opening. A Zoreth ship, its cloaking barely flickering, is moving into position to attack the human flagship. This is the chance he's been waiting for. In a split second, Ryan sends out a false distress signal, mimicking a broken human ship with an old, malfunctioning system. The signal is weak, vulnerable, just the kind of target the Zoreth's AI would go after. He knows the Zoreth's artificial intelligence can't resist the chance to destroy what it thinks is an easy target. Sure enough, the Zoreth ship locks onto the signal and closes in. But Ryan isn't done yet. As the enemy ship moves into position, he fires the EMP cannon, sending a burst of energy straight into the Zoreth ship's cloaking device. The ship flickers for a moment before it collapses, its systems short-circuiting and leaving it visible in the open. The human fleet takes advantage of the sudden vulnerability, launching everything they have at the disabled ship. It's a small victory, but it's enough to keep the crew going. For a brief moment, the humans have the upper hand. Ryan exhales, but he knows this victory will only be temporary. Suspense. The Zoreth's AI taunts humanity. Just as the human fleet celebrates the success of their tactic, a cold, mechanical voice fills the comms. It's the voice of the Zoreth's AI leader, calm, confident, and chilling. Your primitive tactics can't stop the inevitable, the AI says. You cannot outthink us. Your efforts will only delay the inevitable. The words strike a blow to the human spirit. Ryan's grip tightens on the controls as the Zoreth ships regroup. The AI knows their every move, and it's only a matter of time before it adapts and comes up with a new strategy to crush them. But Ryan refuses to back down. He knows the battle is far from over. If anything, the AI's words have only fired up his resolve. The Zoreth may have the advantage, but the humans have something they can't predict: heart. As the battle rages on, Ryan pushes forward, knowing that every second counts. But with each passing moment, the odds are growing steeper, and the Zoreth's AI is getting closer to finding a way to destroy them all. The battle rages on, but the humans are being slowly pushed back. Ryan Cole knows they are running out of time. Their cloaking devices are no longer effective, and the Zoreth AI is starting to predict every move they make. With each new attack, their chances of survival grow slimmer. The humans are running out of options. But just as hope begins to fade, something catches Ryan's attention. During a quiet moment, when the battle is paused for just a second, Ryan goes over a secret report that Bonner had sent him before his death. Bonner had been working with the tech team, trying to analyze the Zoreth's AI, and in one of his last communications, he mentioned something strange. The Zoreth's AI was powerful, but it had one critical flaw. It could predict human actions, but it couldn't understand the way humans think. The AI followed patterns, analyzing data and probabilities, but it couldn't factor in the chaos and unpredictability that comes with human behavior. Humans didn't always follow the same rules. They didn't think in straight lines. Sometimes, the best move wasn't the one that made the most sense. It was the one that came out of pure desperation, a choice no machine could predict. Ryan's heart races as the realization hits him. Humanity's greatest strength isn't their technology. It's their ability to act unpredictably, to defy the odds and make decisions that no AI could possibly anticipate. This could be their chance to turn the tide. Emotional impact. The decision to sacrifice the Black Hawk. Ryan stares out at the stars, his mind racing. The idea is risky, too risky, but it's their only hope. The Black Hawk, with all its experimental tech, might be the key to breaking through the Zoreth's AI defenses. But to do so, Ryan will need to take it into the heart of the Zoreth fleet, where the risk of destruction is nearly certain. It's a suicide mission, but it's the best chance they have. As he gathers his crew for the mission briefing, the tension is palpable. Ryan looks at each of them, knowing the stakes. He knows this mission will cost lives, maybe all of them. But there's no turning back. He's already made the decision. One by one, the crew members speak up, pledging their loyalty and readiness. But Ryan's eyes lock with Alex, his closest crew member. Alex is younger than Ryan, eager but still full of fear. They've been through so much together, and Alex has proven time and again that he's capable of handling whatever the war throws at him. But now, the weight of the mission is heavier than ever. Alex swallows hard, his hands trembling. "You don't have to do this, Ryan. We can find another way." "We can." But Ryan cuts him off, his voice steady. "No, Alex. This is the way. We don't have a choice. We have to take this shot." There's a silence. Then Alex nods, his fear turning into a hard resolve. "I'm with you, Captain. Always." For a moment, the two men share a quiet look. It's not just a look of comradeship, it's one of mutual understanding. This might be the last time they ever see each other alive, but there's no regret in their eyes. They know they're doing this for the future of humanity. Ryan feels a lump in his throat, but he doesn't let it show. He steps forward, leading his crew to the Black Hawk. The plan is set. The time to act is now. As the crew prepares for what could be their final mission, Ryan's mind flashes back to Bonner's words, "Trust the humans." And now, with the Zoreth's AI vulnerable to their unpredictability, Ryan is ready to take the fight to the enemy. The Black Hawk cuts through space, its engines roaring as it hurtles toward the heart of the Zoreth fleet. Ryan Cole grips the controls tightly, his eyes fixed on the massive, menacing alien ships that loom ahead. The final battle has begun. The Zoreth AI is expecting them, waiting to predict their every move, but Ryan has a different plan, one that no machine can anticipate. As the first Zoreth warship emerges from the shadows, its weapons primed to strike, Ryan knows they don't have the firepower to win in a head-on fight. Instead, he relies on the one advantage humanity has left: unpredictability. With a deep breath, Ryan swerves the Black Hawk in an unpredictable, erratic pattern, defying all logic. His ship spins, flips, and dives, evading shots by sheer instinct and speed. But Ryan isn't just dodging. He's sacrificing parts of his ship to confuse the Zoreth's AI. He ejects decoy drones, which explode in bright flashes, drawing enemy fire and creating chaos among the Zoreth ranks. The Black Hawk takes a beating, with hulls cracked and sparks flying, but Ryan keeps pushing forward, trusting his crew to hold on and his instincts to guide him through the madness. Intense visual moments, explosive dogfights. The battle escalates into a series of high-speed dogfights. The human fleet is engaged in orbital bombardments, launching missiles that streak across the sky, lighting up the space around them. Explosions ripple through the Zoreth's formations, tearing apart their ships in a dazzling array of colors. Ryan narrowly avoids a massive Zoreth laser, diving toward the surface of a nearby moon, its craters offering a brief cover. Just as Ryan pulls up, a Zoreth fighter is on his tail. The Black Hawk shudders from the impact of their weapons. Sparks fly as Ryan's crew fights to keep the ship operational. The pressure is intense, the clock ticking, but Ryan's mind stays clear. He doesn't think, he feels. In a split second, he flips the ship onto its back and fires a barrage of missiles into the path of the pursuing Zoreth, blowing it out of space. The human fleet, now emboldened by Ryan's success, rallies behind him. They're still outnumbered, but they fight with heart, using every trick and every resource at their disposal. The Zoreth AI, caught off guard by their unpredictable maneuvers, begins to make mistakes. Underdogs triumph, breaking the Zoreth's grip. Ryan sees the opening he's been waiting for. The Zoreth AI may be powerful, But it still can't account for the madness of human tactics. Its calculations are off, and it begins to misfire, sending its ships into collisions, missing their shots, and failing to predict Ryan's next move. In the chaos, Ryan activates the Black Hawk's EMP device, the last piece of humanity's secret weapon. With a deep breath, he locks onto the Zorath's central control node. "This is it," he mutters under his breath. The EMP pulse surges through the ship's systems, and with a deafening blast, a massive pulse erupts into the heart of the Zorath AI network. The pulse ripples outward, disrupting the entire fleet's coordination. For the first time in the war, the Zorath ships stop moving in unison. The AI loses control, sending their warships spiraling out of sync, vulnerable to human firepower. Ryan's crew cheers as they launch a final decisive strike, blasting the remaining Zorath ships into space dust. The battle is over. Against all odds, the humans have won. Ryan looks out at the wreckage of the Zorath fleet, a bittersweet victory in his heart. They've sacrificed so much, but it was worth it. Humanity has proven that even in the face of unbeatable technology, their spirit and unpredictability will always prevail. The explosion of the EMP pulse ripples through the heart of the Zorath fleet, throwing their once formidable warships into disarray. The precision and coordination that had once made them unstoppable are gone, replaced by chaos. Ships veer off course, weapons fire wildly, and communication links are lost. The Zorath AI, once an unassailable force, has fallen silent. It's a stunning defeat, and the humans, against all odds, are taking the upper hand. Ryan's pulse races as he sees his chance. With the Zorath's defenses down, he orders a full attack on the flagship, the heart of the entire Zorath operation. The Black Hawk speeds toward it, dodging debris from the crumbling Zorath fleet. Ryan can almost feel the weight of the moment, the culmination of all the sacrifices, the struggles, and the pain of this war. With a final, daring maneuver, Ryan flies the Black Hawk straight into the heart of the Zorath flagship, his ship's remaining energy focused on one final strike. The impact is massive, and a blinding flash erupts across the battlefield. The Zorath flagship is destroyed, its once proud hull now nothing more than space debris. The humans cheer as the last of the Zorath fleet crumbles into the void, but the victory comes at a heavy price. The human fleet, battered and broken, drifts slowly away from the wreckage, still standing, barely. The camera pans down to Earth's skies. The planet is scared from the long war. Its cities in ruins, but humanity's spirit is unbroken. The fires on Earth's surface are fading, but the human fleet remains intact, a symbol of resilience and hope. Ryan's final thoughts, a symbol of resilience. Ryan gazes out at the stars, the final victory still sinking in. He leans back in his seat, exhausted but filled with a sense of accomplishment. The battle is over, but the price has been high. The faces of those he's lost, especially Bonner, flash in his mind. He thinks of his friend, the comrade who had believed in this moment, right up to the end. As he looks at the stars, Ryan knows that humanity has proven something powerful. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, it's their unyielding will, their unpredictability, that makes them unstoppable. The Zorath AI could never have predicted the depths of human courage, and that was its undoing. Good versus evil theme, the legacy of humanity. News of the Zorath's defeat spreads across the galaxy, broadcast to distant planets, leaving a trail of hope in its wake. Throughout the universe, the victory is celebrated not for the advanced weapons humanity had or the technology they had built, but for something far greater, their unbreakable spirit. The humans didn't win because they had the better technology. They won because they refused to be beaten. The universe, once dominated by the cold calculations of AI, now sees that humanity's heart, their passion, and their will to fight against all odds are what make them truly unstoppable. The Zorath AI's downfall serves as a powerful reminder across the galaxy. No matter how powerful the enemy, no matter how advanced the technology, The human spirit can never be conquered. As the camera pulls back from Earth, the burning skies slowly calm. Ryan, standing amidst the remnants of battle, feels a quiet pride. Humanity has secured its place in the galaxy, not just as survivors, but as champions of their own destiny.